Hi all you beautiful people. I've got a new system set up, although it looks completely as it is always lately. But yeah, I've had my camera died, and I think it's too humid in this little cabin. I was drying clothes, and that's a really bad idea, so I won't do that again. So my niece was so lovely to give me her old iPhone, and now this is a test to see if it will work, and I think it will. I trust it. So yeah, thank you for all your wonderful comments since from the last video, and I felt it was very loving and very warm, and it's really exciting for me, because every time I sit down to do these videos, often I have a feeling, did I actually say something very useful? So often I have this feeling, well, this wasn't probably, yeah, wasn't real, yeah, good. And as I watch the video myself, I can see there's lots of things that you can use, and it's all really very simple. And that's what's so beautiful about this whole path of awakening, that it is so simple. And in a way, the more simple it gets, the more beautiful it becomes, or you realize it is. So yeah, me focusing on these films is very, very right for me. And I sense those of you who benefit from these videos are there, and you are sending back your not just approval, but just saying that this is you can use this. So yeah, life is incredibly challenging for many people, especially people who are in the fear. And it's the only way for them and for all of us, is to let go of the fear. And it's very intense and very can seem very scary, but it's really, really good what's happening, because New Earth is coming into manifestation, and everything that's not of a high vibration is just simply disappearing. And we humans are the ones who have to let it go. So going back to what I was saying before, the whole thing of simplicity, and how simplicity is so beautiful. And I just have to do something just a sec. So we see it in nature, the simplicity of nature. When nature is just unfolding as it is naturally, there's nothing more beautiful. And we humans can try to replicate it, or make our little gardens or whatever. And the more we allow nature to unfold in all its simplicity, which is really not simple, but it's just it's the more untouched by humans, really, the more beautiful it becomes often. But we humans can learn to work in a natural way, because we really are nature ourselves. So, but the whole thing of simplicity, that's really, I feel the process that we're in now, to strip away, because we have learnt in the old way, we have lived for thousands and thousands of years, was that to make things so complicated, and the more complicated, the more advanced, the more magnificent it is. And what we're learning now is that that's not the way forward. It's really to allow the simplicity of life, the naturalness of life, to unfold through us. And the more we can work together with the natural flow of life, the more naturally beautiful we become, the more well we become, and the more beautiful everything that we create is. And we are definitely moving out of the mind-made, mind creations, mind control creations, and into the heart creations. So in life you can and that's the process we're in, really ask yourself, do I really need this thing, or what do I really need? And that's been the big thing for me and the big change in my life. What and I think it's a very powerful question to ask yourself, because many of us have grown up with a lot of material goods and have this very, very deeply ingrained belief that we need all this stuff. So many have come into this world through their upbringing, going to school all these many, many years, learnt by their parents, you have to go to school many, 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 many years, or else you'll just have no life. You'll be no one, because you are nothing, and you have to add all this stuff to you so you become something. And of course you need a house, you need a car or more cars, and you need your holidays, and you need a wife or a husband, and you need some kids, and you need all this stuff, otherwise you're a nobody. It's just simply, it's horrendous really, because many people grew up, I mean millions of young people grew up to believe that was true. And what I felt very early on in life, really very early on in life, was that this is really made up, and it creates human beings that first of all usually never become deeply content and joyful. They're very, very stressed and pressured, and they have this deep belief that they are, it's only by adding to them that they are anything. The more they add to themselves, the more they become. And what we're learning now and realizing and rediscovering is that we are already everything. Being nobody is a lie. It's impossible, because you are already everything. And you cannot really. Adding something to you is really not possible. You can learn and you can grow and you can expand, but you're not adding anything to yourself, because everything you learn and expand is already in you. It's just like a seed. The seed is already there. And you take the seed with your awareness and say, I want to develop this ability to play tennis, or to play the flute, or to be able to run fast, or whatever it is. Create a lovely family, or whatever it is. I wish to cultivate this in me. It's already there. So when I had little kids, that's what I really wanted to teach them, that you are already all you need to be. And what you're here to do is unfold what's in you. And so that's what we're all coming back to now, that we are already whole, and there can be nothing added to us. And if we try doing it, it's not going to work, especially now. And that is really the simplicity of being. Be yourself. Be what you are. And as God keeps saying to me every time I think of something, how am I going to manage this? How am I going to do this? He just says, fear not. Don't fear. There's nothing to fear. So, yeah, life is very, very, very exciting. And I think also it's very important now to allow yourself to allow your life to change, and it might change completely, and to release the fear of that, because our lives are changing, and the more we restrict, the more we push against that and try to stop that, the worse it's going to be for us. So there are changes coming, and we are to create changes also. But I believe very much that whatever is to be for you, it will come. You will be guided to it. You don't have to make it invent it all from the very beginning. It's because we're being helped from all around, and the God within is keeps saying, try this, give this a go, this might be a way. He won't say this is the only way for you, because that way we don't come into our mastery. So God is the master, but he wants us to become masters. In a way, he's birthing, it's wrong to say new gods, but he's expanding so that the mastery that he contains is the mastery that we are to actually inherit. And we know with children, bringing up children, it's no good telling them what to do and how to do it all the time, because they're not going to come into their own mastery and learn things, how to do things their way. So God will guide us to a certain extent, and often it's, as I've mentioned before, it's really what we're being asked to do in our lives is not what's practical and really sensible. And that can be very, very hard to understand. What we're being asked to do is what feels good. Does this feel good? Does this make me feel good? Make me feel full of peace and full of joy when I think of moving away from this person, or moving with this person, or changing my job, or leaving everything behind, whatever. How does this make me feel when I imagine doing this? And that is the really what we are to look for. Does this make me feel good? And that will be a clear sign that's really what we are to do. And so step by step, so we are, as I said before, we're moving into the unknown. So there is no set plan for us. We are like these people who came into new land, discovered new land, and moved onto new territory. We are like this, and the territory is complete. We're actually, in a way, creating the territory we're moving into. Sounds very, very strange, but we're actually creating new land, which is new earth. It's uninhabited. It's not like in olden days where they moved over and just stole land from people who actually established themselves there. We're not stealing anything. We're actually moving into new land that we are creating ourselves. And we are to create with the joy of our hearts. What type of land do we wish to create? And so God within us will not tell us what to do. God will give us the feeling that I want to move forward. I want to expand. That's very much the God presence. It's being in this moment, but having this urge and this, just like the tree growing, the plant growing, this love of growth is really God within. Like a parent looking at our children, we love to see them. Now they can walk, now they can talk, now they can sing, now they can dance, now they can draw, now they can actually have a job. We love to see this, and when a child stagnates, it's not great. It's not a good feeling. We love to see this movement ahead, that they are unfolding and learning more, and making more and more of their seeds sprout and grow. And we also love to see our children take good care of themselves, love themselves, cherish who they are. So that's the way God is within us, like this deeply loving parent. So we have to we have to work out how we wish to move forward. And if there are periods where we're not moving forward, or moving forward is really just practicing the ability to do nothing. Some of us need to learn that, and need to learn that a real lot, because we have been doers, and it has been an obsession. So as I was saying last time, moving into the unknown is that you get to do things that you think are really quite illogical. But on a deep level, it is growth. Because if you have been bad at being, which most of us have, this is something we need to spend more time doing. Just being. Just sensing how does it feel to be me. When I don't have a plan, I don't have some course I'm going to do, I don't have this knitting project, whatever it is, that my mind is telling me that when you get this knitting project done, you have moved forward, which you haven't necessarily. So all the doing, creating in the outside world, we had the idea that this was a way to grow, and it wasn't. We were emotionally and spiritually stagnated. But we tricked ourselves to believe that we were moving forward. So the expansion and the growth that we need is all an inner growth, an inner expansion. And we will produce and we will move forward, but we need to have our roots firmly attached to the inner world. The love, the peace, the light, the life, the only life there is. So the mind is becoming dismantled. So for many of us, this is a period where we really need to be, and to really indulge in being. And if we have been brought up, which most of us have, as I mentioned in the beginning, that you are nothing, so really you're not here, and you need to add all this stuff onto you, and now you are something. Of course, that lie, to let that completely leave us, is a process. So the message now is the complete opposite, and that is that you are everything already. And no matter what you do in your life, you cannot add anything to you. And often the way that whole system made us actually wither more and more. Whatever was in there, which was our pure nature, our everything that we came to this world with, it was pushed more and more and more and more down, so that when finally we had created all this, or done all these things in this world, we completely lost contact with our core. And this whole new world is built on our core expanding and shining out. So for most of us, we have to reconnect. We have to let go of that lie that we are nothing and realize that we are everything. And to so of course parents who taught us all this were not teaching us that you are something precious. You are so precious. There's nothing as precious as you. Everything, there's nothing, well, everything is as precious as you, but there's no one like you. So enjoy being you. That was not the message. And that's what we have to relearn. Enjoy the feeling of being me. When you feel into yourself, I've said before that when you feel love and I feel love, it's the same love. When you feel anger, it's really the same anger, because we're all one. But the feeling of being you is unique. So connecting to your true self, which is the all, which is God within, is the most pleasurable thing there is, because it's the kingdom of God. You're feeling with your feelings, with your senses. So as you're lying in your bed or sitting in the sunshine, just bringing all your attention to how you feel by just being. This is where we need to be, most of us right now, just enjoying being. Indulging in being. Feeling and realizing the mind saying, oh my goodness, the mind cannot be active then. So that whole lie of becoming something is not active when you're doing this. So you're allowing yourself to come into the truth that you are everything, because God is there, and you allow yourself to just enjoy that feeling of being you. And so you can say, in a way, your spirit, which had undergone this torture, which it really was, your spirit, when you grew up in a culture where you were told to become something, of course your spirit was pushed down. And the spirit is very quiet and very subtle, and it is the master of our new time. And but we have to allow that spirit, which has been pushed so far down, to come into, to expand and fill us. We have to allow that. We can't ask our neighbor, our mother, whoever, to do it for us. We have to allow the true us, the spirit within, which is our unique, it's a unique creation in all of creation. This uniqueness, this living being within us, which has been pushed so far down so that it was nearly non-existent, we are the ones to invite it to come out. And so in a way we can say we have had a Hitler within us, dominating our true self to more or less non-existence. But it never left us, because because it's the God within. So it was never completely destroyed. So when I tell you, if you feel that you are very mind controlled still, and that all the things you've learned from your family and your past, it's still very strong in you. If I tell you you have to dismantle all that and you have to pull all that down, it really won't happen, and the ego won't allow it. But if you just let it be there, just realize, okay, I can see I'm still very controlled by all the things my mum and dad taught me, or my grandparents, my culture. It's still very strong in me. I can tell you a way to help yourself. The easiest way to help yourself is to just turn your attention within. And I tell you that within you is the all. Is this beautiful, subtle life force that's there, and it's waiting for you to just notice it. It's like a little child within you, which is your true essence, is waiting there, and it's been waiting all along. And all you have to do is just turn your attention from all those things you've learned and to this little inner child, and see what happens when you start giving a child attention. They blossom. And that's what's going to happen to your spirit. It will start running around, dancing, singing, enjoying being. Because it's been told till now, you're nothing. And we can't do this in one giant leap. Most people can't. A few people like Eckhart Tolle and some others awaken within a night, or just a very short time, bang, they're awoken. But most of us, we need to do this gradually. So you just every day practice going to this inner, this child, and just feeling it. And you can repeat to yourself, this is the true me. And everything, I am everything already. And that is, that beautiful energy I can feel within me is that all. And all I need to do is just give it attention, and it will grow. It will grow more and more and more. And as you do this, and you feel all this well-being coming from this little child that starts to blossom, all those lies that have been programmed into your mind, they will drop away. Because they need your attention to stay there, because they're false. They don't exist. They're made up. So they need this, they need you to fuel them. It's like a car. If you stop fueling it, it stops. And finally it just it will rust and just disappear. So it's something that's made, and it's not alive. All those programmings we were given were mind creations. And we were tricked to believe that they were truth, but they weren't. It's not the truth. So that programming, when you stop giving it attention, you stop fueling it, and that way they slowly drop away. And one day you'll look into your mind and sense, well, they're not there anymore, because now a completely new belief system, or a completely new way of being has emerged from me. Because now I have allowed my true self, which is the all, which contains all, to fill me. And that is the God, that is God within me. So I'm newborn. I am not the one I was before. It's all over. And because you have reached this place of pure love and pure compassion, you do not hate that period of your life, or many lives that you've been like that, dictated by a lie, or many lies. You are not angry at that anymore. You know that that was all a part of your learning process on earth. It was all meant to be. So we don't sit there saying, oh, finally I got rid of all that garbage, all that terrible stuff. No. We just send it our love. And it's like somebody who's been locked into, gone into a cave, a dark cave, and gotten lost there. And finally we find the way out. We don't hate the cave. We're just so grateful, and so we're so relieved that we left that place. But that brought a process. We went through a process by doing that. So yeah, enjoying the feeling of being the unique, amazing being that you are. Just enjoying that feeling. That's what I feel very, very much God is inspiring us to do right now. Just enjoy this haven of love and light and love, life, love, light that is in you. Just enjoy the feeling of it. And really become accustomed to it. To feel really, really, really good. Because that's what you feel. When you connect with your spirit, you can only feel good. And allow this to become your new nature. And then of course you will start creating outwardly, and you will start knitting, and you will start painting, whatever. But it will all be driven by this. You will have realized that the greatest knitting project there will ever be is you being you. There's no greater gift you can give yourself, or the earth, or all of creation, anyone you know in your life. You can give them nothing greater than becoming this beautiful, enlightened, pleasurable, really holy being. There's nothing better. And so when you create, do something in the outer world, it's out of pure joy. And just the joy of creating. And of course you'll create something very, very beautiful, and you'll have an amazing time while you're doing it, because it's out of just the pure joy of creating. It's not because you feel, when I've done this, I'll be more than I was before. This will add to my value. That's gone. That whole idea is gone. Because nothing can add to your value. So the way we will start to create is very different from what we have done before. And yeah, it's exciting. It's really, really exciting. So yeah, I think I'll finish this video now. And I'll send you all my love wherever you are in this world. And I hope this camera works. And if it doesn't, we'll do another video. So take care, my friend, and feel your preciousness.